Hi, angels, and welcome. I'm your host, Lisa Everding, founder of Earthy Angels, and I'm on a mission to empower women to live authentically and to take exquisite care of themselves. You can find us on earthyangels.com or head over to our show notes to follow us on socials. Hi, angels. My soul spoke to me loud and clear this morning, and I had this amazing download come through that I know I had to share with you. I've just been feeling like so many people are holding themselves back from truly having the most incredible life experience, or even a better, more improved life experience. And I know that your soul wants more for you. Your soul wants what's best for you. Your soul wants to live, to love, to experience all the world has to offer, why it's here in your body in this lifetime. But are you holding it back from getting the most out of life? I know you want to listen to this episode, girls. Good morning, angels. I hope you are having the most amazing day. I am feeling wonderful. I taught yoga this morning, and it was funny, after class I was talking to a few of my members and I'm like, how was that? And one of my members, he said, that was luscious. And I said, that's exactly the energy that I was going for. That's exactly how I was feeling. And it just made me have a little smile when people can just walk away feeling like they're floating out. They feel luscious, they feel divine, they feel embodied, they feel connected. And that is the power in our practices. And no matter what's going on in my life, when I start my morning with practice, whether that's yoga, whether that's Pilates, whether that is a meditation, I just can't help feel amazing. All my walks, my daily walks, all these things that I'm going to like ram home all the time on my podcast, because it just makes you feel so good. And that is the purpose of why I'm here, is to help inspire you off the mat and to help give you bigger perspective, more motivation, insight, just to help support you guys at home. And this morning, I'm lucky I've set myself up so that I can record at home, right? Because having a podcasting studio would not work for me. Batching would not work for me, because I just love to speak when things come up for me. And often that will happen in moments of connection, like in a walk or a meditation, or with something that has maybe happened at the studio from an experience at the studio. Places I feel really connected. That's when I get my inspiration, my creativity, my intuition speaks to me, my soul speaks to me. So I need to just kind of jump on and capture that as quickly as I can and get to that point where I feel like I could just jump on and have a chat with you on my podcast, which is what I am comfortable doing now. It's taken me a few episodes to warm into it. And one of my clients said to me the other day, she's like, I'm loving what you're sharing. It just feels like I'm having a chat with you. It feels like you're in the room and we're just having this conversation and we're having a chat. And I'm like, yes, that's music to my ears. That is exactly what I wanted this to feel like. Natural, just flowing, and not like I need this big elaborate setup where I have to go and kind of have a list of things I've got to record. That's not me. That is some people, and that's amazing. There's no right or wrong. That's just not me. I just have to speak when things come up, and something come up again. And so I was at the studio. I'm always at the studio, but I've been having a lot of conversations with people lately as we're about to go into a day retreat. So this day retreat that we have got coming up is at a bathhouse, the most beautiful bathhouse, Muse bathhouse it is, at Loganholme. And it is just such a little hidden gem. It's just like a real beautiful little paradise in there. So, and they've got this, they call it the bathhouse and the glass house, like this glass house room where we teach the day, whatever we're going to have that day. So it'll be some kind of like yoga, meditation, breath work, sound healing, rituals, whatever we do. It's all different times. And it is just the most beautiful place. And then we kind of end in the bathhouse. So we have this little period in the afternoon where there are, this bathhouse is crystal laddered. So they've got the energy of literal crystals in their spas, in the plunge pool. Like it's just, you've got this energy of the crystals that serve different purposes, and she has the meanings behind each different spa bath or bath or pool that you're in, what this is infused with, the energy from the crystals it's infused with. So it's just like, just right up my alley. Like, it's just amazing. And we end the day with using the bathhouse. There's saunas there. So it just gives the girls some space to dive into self-care, to dive into taking exquisite care of their soul, connection. There's beautiful little nooks all around this place where you can sit and you can journal, you can write, you can just sit in quiet and peace and meditation, whatever you need. We like to give the girls a little bit of free space so they can embody what's happened throughout the morning with their practice and with what we're teaching on that particular day, that they've then got space to go and embody it and to maybe clear, maybe write, whatever they need. We hold that space for them. And this is the most luxurious, just beautiful little bit of paradise that you can take a day out for yourself to reset and take time to nurture yourself. And what sometimes happens is, in the conversations I'm having with people, they desperately would love to come, but get a little bit nervous about the bathhouse aspect, about the putting themselves out there in their bathers, or putting themselves out there where they will be really seen. And we're aware of that, and I'm very conscious of that. And I make people, I shouldn't say make people, I hold the space, and as a semi I run the retreats with, we hold the space for people to feel so comfortable and so supported. And people that come into our studio, they come in and they go, I was so nervous to come, but I just feel so supported here. The energy of this studio, of this community is just next level. It's just so kind and loving and supportive. And I say to the girls, the bathhouse is the same energy, because the women that are coming into my space are women that embody that same energy or want to embody that same energy. They're not the women that are going to give you judgment, or are going to look at you and judge you or criticize you, or it's just not that energy, because we just don't attract it. And so you're going to feel very, very comfortable at this retreat day, at this bathhouse. But I'm seeing it happen more and more, where people are having, and I completely get it, right? I completely understand. And like I've said to the girls, like we've got towels are supplied. We have got, they're spread out. So you've got plenty of room that you can move around. You've got plenty of room that you can even go into a spa by yourself. So it's not like all eyes are on you. And we've watched people on retreats. Some of the girls like to kind of connect in little groups. Some of them like to take time by themselves and not talk to anybody, and that's okay. It's such a comfortable space that you can just do what you want and you can do what you feel comfortable with. But I understand the feeling of putting yourself out there. And like we said to the girls, you can bring a sarong or a dress or a robe or something to pop around you in between when you're walking around, if that's what you feel comfortable with. You can wrap your towel around. You can wear boardies and a shirt in the bathhouse. We don't mind. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. But my point of this episode is how this little thing, and it's not a little thing, it can be a big thing for people, and I understand that, can hold you back from doing something that is really fulfilling for you, is really nourishing for you, is really uplifting, is really loving, is really showing yourself kindness and compassion and giving yourself space to care for yourself. But the element of the bathhouse can be a little bit confronting. And look, not all our retreats are at bathhouses. They're not. This is just one that we offer. We do offer other ones, like at hinterland locations. Like it's all different, but this is just one that's coming up for me right now. So I'm sharing on what's coming up for me right now. And just that element of the bathhouse can hold people back. And I've been having conversations with people a lot actually this week, and it's come up, and I know it's the energy of what's happening at the moment, where so many people are afraid to let themselves be seen. Like, I've had conversations with people who like they tell me they hide themselves under baggy frumpy clothes to keep themselves protected. And I know things like that can come from past trauma, from past life situations, from things that have happened in your childhood or when you were younger, or from what someone has said to you as a teenager or an adult. All these experiences compound to form these limiting beliefs. And so we hide under layers of protection. It can be layers of clothing, it can be layers of weight, it can be layers of certain physical elements that you hide behind to protect yourself. And I understand that. And in those situations, sometimes they go so deep that you may find working with a healer or a psychologist or a kinesiologist or somebody who can coach you or can give you past generational trauma or past generational healing, that can sometimes definitely be needed and can be one of the tools available to you that you might need to take to help work through that block that has been keeping you stuck. And I see women that hold themselves back from, like I had one woman that said to me, like, her husband actually said to her, why don't you buy yourself some nice clothing? Why don't you do this for yourself? Because it's not like we can't afford it. It's not like I'm not happy for you to do that. And yet the layers can run so deep that not allowing yourself to feel beautiful or not allowing yourself to be seen keeps you feeling safe, keeps you feeling protected, keeps you feeling comfortable. But it also can retreat you back from the world, and it can keep you hiding behind these layers. And sometimes it's not a physical thing, sometimes it's a mental thing like anxiety or sheer shyness can show up as well. It can be another layer of protection to keep you safe and to keep you hidden behind these labels, like of all of these different things that you might have been diagnosed with. And while I'm not saying that that's not a real thing, it can absolutely be a real thing. What I am saying, and the point of what I want to share with you, is I think part of you could feel like you're missing out. Like I'll use a bathhouse as an example. I have women that want to come and they would desperately love to do this for themselves, yet they have this block around being seen. I have women that I have seen block themselves from friendships, or have destroyed friendships, or have blocked letting people into their lives, whether it be relationships or friendships or close women into their life, because they've been hurt in the past. So it's easier to hide behind these layers as opposed to letting yourself be seen, as opposed to putting yourself out into the world, and as opposed to opening yourself up to receiving. And I know for me, just some simple little things like even as simple as the Om at the end of a yoga class. I used to, firstly as a student and secondly as a teacher, but firstly as a student, many years ago, I would go to yoga and I would go, I'm not Omming. Like, I'm just not doing it. I refuse to do it. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Like, why would I do that? And I had this fear around it. And then when I went into the role, and then I opened myself up and I allowed myself to embrace it when I understood what the Om is, like that universal vibration, that universal of sound of your energy, of the universe, and it's connecting you with other people around you. And it's just such a beautiful, it's allowing yourself to speak as well. It's allowing yourself to open up and connect in a different way apart from the physical human words. And it's a very powerful, very, very powerful ritual. And I would hide myself back from doing it. And then when I went into teaching and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do this in front of the class. Again, I really struggled with that. And it took me a little while to clear my throat chakra, to clear this fear of being heard and this fear of being seen. It took me a while to find that power and that strength in the Om at the end of class. So we all have little things that we work through. And I chose to work through it. And I noticed that as I've worked through it, it become more effortless for me, and I've allowed myself to be heard, and I gave myself the permission. I stripped back some layers of limiting beliefs and allowed myself to not be afraid anymore. And it was challenging, it was confronting, but I knew that it was something that I needed to do, so I worked through it. And so these layers and these things that keep us hidden can show up in so many different ways, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally. We can hold ourselves back. And I got thinking, when I come home from class this morning, I was just diving into this a little bit deeper. And I was out walking, because walking, and I'll often talk about walking on my podcast, but for me it's a point of connection. And I really speak to my soul when I'm out in nature walking, more so like when I'm by myself. And I got thinking, these women are missing out was the first thing that went through my mind. Was like, I felt my heart was just tightened, like these women are missing out on having some of these most amazing pleasures in their life. These women are missing out. They're only half living. It's like your soul wants to give you a shake up and say, what are you doing to me? Was what was going through my head on my walk, because I have learnt that it's like in my title, like earthy angels, physical, spiritual. It's like they come together. So you've got this soul part of you and this physical part of you, and your soul wants you to live. Your soul wants you to experience life. Your soul wants you to feel joy and feel sensations and just really feel what it feels like to be in your physical body. And what came up for me this morning was this feeling like your soul wants to just shake you up so badly and go, what are you doing to me? Why are you holding me back? We could have the best time here on earth, and you are making it so hard. It does not have to be this hard, but you have to meet me halfway. And when I say you, I'm referring to the physical you, the mental you. You have to meet me halfway. You have to change the way you look at your body. You have to change the way you view your physical body. It's not an object. It's not up for comparison. It's here to be cherished. It's here to be loved. It's a blessing. It houses me, your soul. And I want us to start working together. I'm here in this body of ours for such a short time. What are you doing to me? Why are you holding me back? I want life experience. So that was kind of what come through me in my walk this morning. Then I pulled out my phone notes, because I'm like, okay, I can feel a download coming on. I can feel like all of this wisdom pouring through me. Maybe it's for me. Maybe it's for my community. Don't know, don't care. I'm just writing it down because I had an urge to. So I'm going to read you what I wrote into my phone notes, because it might relate. So going along with that, like we're here for such a short time together, this body and soul coming together. The soul is speaking now, and it's saying what I'm about to share with you. The soul is saying, I want to see beauty. I want to feel love. I want to feel a tender, loving kiss or an embrace. I want to feel the sun on my skin. I want to feel the grass under my feet. I want to breathe in this expansiveness of nature. I want to feel weightlessness as I float in the ocean. I want to taste beautiful, natural, exquisite foods. I want to smell flowers. I want to smell and take in this world all around me. I want to hear whispers of a loved one. I want to hear nature. I want to hear birds. I want to hear people's souls communicate. I want to hear the whispers of their soul. I want to hear uplifting, kind, positive words. I want to feel energy pulsating through me. I want to feel the vibration of true connection. I want to feel making love with passion and tenderness. I want to feel love for myself. I want to feel love for others. I want to live my desires. I want to have faith and believe in myself. I want to radiate joy and truly feel being alive. I want people to love me. I want to feel loving touch. I want to use my voice. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I want to stop and take in the world. I want to see through the eyes of beauty. I want to see through the eyes of love. I want to stop and take in precious moments. I want to pause and breathe. I want to embody my senses. I want relationships and connection. I want peace and calm. I want to hear silence. I want you to free me from the constant noise of the mind. I want to feel joy. I want to feel pleasure. I want to truly feel love. I want to feel beautiful in my body. I want to love on this body. I want to nourish and care for this body. The only body I have that's going to give me these incredible life experiences. I came into this body and into this life, and into this time and space to have magnificent experiences. Why are you holding me back? Why are you holding us back? I want you to free me. I want you to free us. I want you to discover or rediscover the joy of living. I want life experiences because they give me my spark. They give us this spark. Allow us to have this experience. Allow yourself to have this life experience. Open yourself up to receive. Woo! Now I feel like I need to take a breath. So all that just come pouring through me on my walk. I'm just writing it down as fast as it's coming in. I'm writing it down. And I want you to pause for a moment, whether you pause this podcast now or whether you come back to it. I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to, this is what come through for my soul. I want you to ask your soul, what would be the shakeup that your soul would say to you? What would be your soul speak? What would your soul say that I want to see, or I want to feel, or I want to experience? So think about your senses. What would your soul be saying to you right now if it had a voice? And it does. You just don't hear it enough sometimes, and you can change that. What would your soul say to you? Pause me, write it down, come back to this later, just jot a note down. You can either just go now and just write as it comes up, or maybe you might want to dive into this a little bit later. You could be driving now and you can't do anything. You could pause though. You could pause and you could just reflect for a little moment, or you can come back to this later on today, tonight, when you have time. And when you have a moment, set yourself up maybe in a nice space, in a little Zen zone or out. Go for a walk, see what comes up for you. Go and sit yourself somewhere nice and quiet in nature. Go and tuck yourself into bed with a nice herbal tea, a raw cacao, and ask yourself this question: what are yours? What are your wants? What are your desires? What does your soul want to feel? Because have you ever asked it? Have you actually ever asked it what it wants? Have you ever reflected on what are you holding yourself back from? What are experiences that you want to have, but you are maybe so afraid or riddled with anxiety or keeping yourself covered in these layers of protection that you desperately want to experience, but you're blocking yourself? And I don't know if you've seen the movie Soul. It's a Disney movie. It's a cartoon, and it is just the most beautiful movie, and about how this soul comes into this soul who was kind of hidden, and then has an opportunity to come back down to life. And it's like she's in this body for the very first time, and she's just feeling life experiences. She's seeing a leaf, like she's having the most amazing life experiences. And there is a really epic story in this. And yes, it's a kids cartoon. I love kids cartoon. Like Moana is up there as one of my all-time favorites, and Soul are two of my favorite Disney movies because they have the most incredible meaning and they have the most incredible message. And maybe you might need to watch this movie Soul. I had to watch it. My friend Jody, kinesiologist Jody, told me about it last year, and I watched it. I was like, oh my gosh, it was just speaking right to me. And so I encourage you to watch that movie, and it might just give you a little bit of a spark as to what I'm talking about really being in your body. So I want you to ask yourself the question: what are you holding yourself back from experiencing in this body? Because you have one body to get you through life. This lifetime. We have past lives. If you believe that, that's fine. We have many lives, but in this lifetime, as you sit and hear me right now, you have one lifetime, and we don't know how long that is going to be, nor do we need to know. But what I can ask you is, are you getting the most experience out of your body? Are you caring for your body? Are you connecting with your body? This one body houses your soul, and you need to take care of it. You need to nourish it, love on it, protect it. And your body may have had some really traumatic past experiences that, like I said, you can work through, a healer or psychologist to work through that. And I'm not discrediting and discounting what has happened in your past to bring you to this point in where you are right now. But what I'm saying is you can start to shift it. You can make a choice today. Do I want to be limited? Do I want to be stuck, like I feel like I can't breathe, or I'm not? I don't experience this freedom in my body? Or do I want to open myself up to receive some really incredible life experiences and enjoy what this body can give me? It can give you the most amazing life experiences, and some of them can be the most simple little things that you might take for granted in your everyday life. The hard part is getting you out of the way. The hard part is stripping back the layers. The hard part is disconnecting or just reducing that ego voice, that ego that's like, no, you need to stay safe. You need to stay comfortable. You need to stay in this comfort zone. And how dare you step out into the real world? Like, there is a part of you that will be trapped in fear from big things, little things. And I completely send you so much love, send you so much healing, and send you so much faith that you can work through that, and that you can have belief in yourself. You can shift limiting beliefs. You can shift these emotions that are holding you back and keeping you trapped. But you need to make a choice, and you need to work with me. It's not just me, it's with your soul. You need to work with yourself, because you're the only one that can give yourself permission to have these life experiences. You're the only one that can give yourself permission to make change and maybe work through trauma or work through limiting belief. You're the only one that can keep you stuck or can open yourself up to receive. So the power lies in you, my friends. The power, I can give you inspo, I can give you motivation, I can channel what comes through from source to me and share it with you, but then it's up to you as to what you do with it. I'm just the messenger. It's up to you what you do with this inspiration and this message that I'm giving you. So ask yourself, what can you do for you today? How can you show yourself love? How can you maybe do one thing for you today or on the weekend that shows yourself that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of self-care? It could be going and buying yourself a new outfit to go, you know what, I'm not going to hide behind these dark clothes anymore, or these baggy clothes, or what's keeping me hidden. I'm going to add a bit of color to my life. I'm going to add something that's white or bright, or that's going to uplift my energy, that's going to make me feel a little bit more radiant, that's going to make me feel a little bit more beautiful, because there's all these people around you that want to see this in you, whether it's a partner, whether it's a child, whether it's a parent, a sibling, a friend, a loved one, a coach, a mentor, somebody a teacher. I have so much belief in my students, and I want the best for them. And you know, there are people that see this beauty in you. There are people that see this potential in you. There are people that care for you, that want you to love on and care for yourself and see the beauty in yourself. So you may have had people have said this to you, like, go and buy yourself something new, go and treat yourself. Do you give yourself permission to do that? Do you give yourself permission to care for yourself? I don't know. That's up to you to work out, and for you to figure out what that block is. And sometimes coming into a yoga class, or finding that quiet meditation, or going to a healer, or going to a walk, or just getting out your journal and asking yourself the question, what is holding me back? What is keeping me stuck? How am I sick of feeling like, you know, maybe you're sick of feeling like you're holding yourself back from the world, and you're sick of feeling unattractive in your body, you're sick of feeling unhealthy, you're sick of feeling anxiety, you're sick of feeling fear, you're sick of feeling a lack of love. You got to love on yourself first, my friends. Like, as confronting as that is, when you love yourself, more people show you more love, and you are opening yourself up to receive, but you have to allow love in. And one of the first things is allow you to love on yourself and to show yourself love through the actions, through the words, through what you do for yourself. So a simple exercise can be getting out your journal, or just asking yourself the question, why am I holding myself back? What is getting in my way? Why am I holding myself back from the world? And ask your soul, what does your soul want to feel? So you could do that in two parts. You could do that in one part of, I'm going to write out all the things I'm sick of feeling. I'm going to journal it. I'm going to even do it on a separate bit of paper so I can light it up and I can burn it and release it. I can use sage to call in that connection, and then sage away this negativity, this toxic beliefs that I've been carrying, and I can use the sage to help me sage it away. I can simply just write and just free write what comes up, but just asking yourself the question. And then the second stage could be, and you can do this straight after, one after another, Or some people like to do like a separate clearing and cleansing and then write what they want to bring in. Or you can do it in one sitting, whatever comes up for you. There's no right or wrong. You just have to ask yourself just go with it. Just go with the flow of what's coming up. So if you feel after you've been writing everything down and you feel like you need to get in the shower and cry, or you feel like you need to sage it away, or you feel like you need to burn it, or you feel like you need to jump in the pool or go for a swim in the ocean, and then embody the next stage of what you do want, that is fine. And sometimes that's a really nice way to cleanse and to clear and to release. Then go into, what does my soul want? What is it asking me for? Just go back to all those, rewind, that's so old school, you know what I mean? Go back to what I wrote down. Like, my soul was speaking to me. I want you to feel this joy. I want you to feel pleasure. What does your soul want? And then pour it out without without pausing, writing down, or just letting it flow through you what comes up for you. Let it flow through, let it speak to your heart and soul. And maybe there is one thing that you can do for yourself today, you know, that will get you out of your comfort zone. It could be attending a bathhouse retreat. It could be going and buying yourself a new outfit. It could be just showing yourself some self-care and going, you know what, I actually don't care for my body. I'm going to clean some rubbish out of my fridge pantry, and I'm going to go and restock up with some nourishing, life-giving, vitality foods. And it could be as simple as giving myself a beautiful scrub, like a nice scrub, and cleansing your skin, allowing yourself to indulge in a massage, allowing yourself to just go out and get connected in nature. And whatever it is for you, give yourself the space and the freedom and let go of what people think. I do some random stuff sometimes. Like, I'll come home from work. Sometimes I go, oh, I just need to get my feet in the grass. And then I find myself starfishing it on the front lawn, just laying down. Tom's got really nice lawn, and just laying down going, this feels amazing. Just laying on the grass. And Riley or Brock will go, what the hell are you doing, Mum? And I go, I don't care. Like, it just feels good. And it's just what I felt an urge to do. So I'll just go and do it. So maybe there's some kind of connection that you need to do for yourself to connect you into your physical body a little bit more by feeling some kind of sensations. A movement in class is a really beautiful way to do that as well. Whatever it is for you, you know you best. I'm just giving you the inspiration, the message. It's up to you what you take out of it. But I want to leave you with, you are worthy, my friends. You are worthy of being cared for. You are worthy of love. You were born worthy. It's your mind that's got in your way, or what's happened in the past, but your past does not have to dictate your future. All you are in control of is the now. In this very moment, right now, what can you take out of this right now? What can you do for yourself right now? Because your future you is going to look back and go, thank you for making that decision to make a change. Thank you for having the courage to do something for me. Thank you for shifting, pivoting, making a transformation in my life. You're in control of that now. So think about your future you, your future self. How would your soul self, how would she want to see her life play out? What experiences would she want to have? And all that comes back to what you do in this moment, my friends. So know that you are worthy right now. You were born worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of feeling the most incredible, joyful experiences that are available to you in your life. But you need to get out of your way and you need to open yourself up to receive. And that is up to you. And I really want that for you. I would love you to join me on retreat. I would love you to join me in the studio. I just want to send you so much love, because I know it's not going to be possible to physically meet and connect with everybody, but there's always that soul connection, and there is always a way that we can connect in spirit. So I just want to send you so much love and send you so much light and send you so much abundance and so much belief in yourself and just so much worth, and just know that you are worthy of having the most amazing life experience. And that is what I want for you, angels. Have the most beautiful day. I hope I've inspired you. I hope I've just poured this message as it's come straight through to me. I was going to come home from my walk, and I've got the house to myself at the moment, and dive into a little bit of self-care and rituals for me. And I went, no, I just need to just stream this message as it's coming through, just jump straight on my microphone and just share it. And yeah, just be the messenger. That's all I can do, and just send you love. And I just want the best for you, angels. Have the most beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to go into my rituals now, and I will chat with you again soon, my friends. Bye. Sending love. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode and want more, feel free to follow or subscribe on whatever platform you listen to. You can also head over to earthyangels.com or join our private Facebook group, Earthy Angels Connect, for more community, blogs, updates, inspo, motivation, support, and to connect with a tribe of like-minded souls. And if you have a moment, we would be super grateful if you would love to leave a review. Sending you so much light and